if you guys catch up on this interview, you're going to see that she came prepared. She loaded up a bunch of weapons. She came with a bunch of accusations. Of course, the culture vulture thing and label that people put on Vlad, she came with that full force. She's trying to tear into his background, where he's from, gets a little bit into that conspiracy theory lane that we expect from her, about him being a government agent and all this type of stuff. Mentioned people in his family. She went there. She went there. And this is one thing that I just learned about Jaguar Wright in this particular interview. She's scrappy as hell. Okay. If you want to go back and forth with her, just be prepared, because she's going to get on these platforms. She's going to talk reckless. She's going to talk crazy. She seems like she's not worried about any type of, repercussions, i.e. lawsuits. People have been bringing that narrative up for a while now. Why doesn't Jay-Z or Diddy or Beyonce or some of these people sue her? That's a whole different topic. We touched on that in a prior stream, but she obviously doesn't give a shit. And even in this interview, she addressed that. They asked that question about being sued, and she answered that, right? So she's got thick skin, and she's here for the fight. But I do think that she just picked a fight that could be the one to take it over the edge a little bit. We all know 50 Cent's reputation. His reputation when it comes to the internet, his reputation when it comes to trolling, his reputation when it comes to how he treats his enemies, his reputation when it comes to playing the legal game. Okay. When it comes to trolling, look what he did to people like Floyd Mayweather. Honestly, I think 50 Cent is the culprit of Floyd Mayweather, like changing up his style and getting real luxurious with the way that he dresses and everything like that. I feel like that was like kind of like his response to 50 Cent, and very, very viral at the time when he went after him for how he reads, and that'll be like a forever meme and joke and whatnot. But 50 Cent trolled the hell out of Floyd Mayweather. As far as like where he's willing to go when embarrassing people. Look what he did to Young Buck. Young Buck was bleeding his heart to 50 Cent. He's on that phone crying with him. 50 Cent recorded that shit and put it out. He said, "Motherfucker, you owe me money. Let's do away with your image right now." All right. When it comes to playing the legal game, he's going to take it there as well. He said in many, many interviews that he's going to spend is it at least $1 million or not more per year, even just for simply retaining lawyers, because he thinks that it's part of the game. Whether he's defending himself or whether he's just sending people out to make a statement, he has no problem setting an example or making an example out of somebody. He's willing to spend the money. And right here in this interview, if y'all haven't seen it, Jaguar Wright, she's gonna have to deal with some repercussions behind what she just did. I'm going to assume, unless 50 Cent decides to ignore her. But 50 Cent comes up. 50 Cent is somebody that she spoke about in the past, and she pulled him into the similar boat that she's been going after, like the Diddy's and the Jay-Z's, about that he's just one of these monsters out here as well, and he's involved in all types of nasty industry fuck shit. But boy, oh boy, she snapped. She's like, "Curtis, I'm tired of it. You are the F word, the F-A. I don't have to keep going. That's when you say fuck on YouTube. You can't say the other F word on YouTube." She flat out called him that and said that she got proof of like the 2 guys that he slept with or something like that. And then she just like, she turned up, like she snapped a little bit. She was like, "And I'm not saying allegedly." Like she took an extremely firm position that 50 Cent is on the other side and has been with men. Flat out called him the F word and said it's not alleged. Stood on it, strong as hell. For everybody that's out here saying, why doesn't she get sued? If you think that the Jay-Z's or the Diddy's or the Beyoncé's of the world have their logical reasons for ignoring her or not adding, fuel to her flames or giving her the extra light or trying to sue her, assuming that maybe she doesn't have much to go after or whatever the case may be, 50 Cent will be your Huckleberry. He will. Tombstone fans, you know what I mean when I say that. 50 Cent will. You want to put an allegation like that on him? This interview, hold on, let's look up the numbers. Her coming off of Piers Morgan, it dropped now on the Real Life Productions channel 4 hours ago, it's already at 200,000 views. Okay, I wouldn't be surprised if this is at least 600, 700,000 views within 24 hours. I would not be surprised. Her coming off of the Piers Morgan interview, and this being the first time that she's sitting down and answering about Vlad and speaking about Diddy for the first time in an interview since his arrest. That interview is going to do numbers, and she's going to maintain traction for quite some time. I think it's almost like the Charleston White effect. You know, you can get real viral from saying some outlandish things. You get on a couple big platforms, you take off, you get a whole new wave of viewership, and for however long, you're going to be hot. You're going to be a hot topic. Right now, Jaguar Wright is hot, and her getting up there and doing what she just did to 50 Cent. She might have met her match if she's looking for somebody to step out and play a game with her. All right. So we're going to keep our eyes on that. You guys check the interview out. There was much more to it. I'm only about like 55, 60% through the interview, but those are the standouts. It started off with her snapping on DJ Vlad. If I was DJ Vlad, I would respond to some of that. I ain't going. If you come at me like that, I'm not going. And the 50 Cent thing, man, she took a very, very firm position about things that she's alleging that she knows for sure. Not Diddy. 50 done did, called him out his name, the F word like that, and said, I ain't saying allegedly. All right. To be continued. To be continued. I want to keep it moving once again. We don't have the time, if we're going to keep up with some of these news topics, to spend 45 minutes on each one. So I want to bring up this Dame Dash one. Shout out to Dame. I told y'all many, many times. I do respect him. I respect him standing firm on his square in many respects. I respect him being a solid person that ain't going. I don't know if all his dealings are on the up and up. I don't know if every relationship and situation that has made news headlines about Dame, he's in the right or he's in the wrong, but I do respect him. I definitely developed over the years respect for Dame Dash. And I think he deserves to be listened to and heard out in certain areas. And then there's other ones where it's just like, come on, Dame. Like the other day where he was going at 50 Cent. He was like, yo, let's both drop our networks on the same day, and his teeth fell out and everything. It's like, Dame, you're tripping. Like 50 Cent situation is on some Tyler Perry shit. He doesn't have time to try to drop today with you his TV network. Like it ain't happening like that. He's dealing over there with some $500 million situation probably. Like, come on, Dame. Like, what are we doing here? Like, I understand you're trying to get traffic to your new network, and we're going to support you. We're going to be tuned into your content. You know what I'm saying? But come on, son. So we're going to call Cap when we see Cap. But other than that, all in all, I do have respect for Dame. Okay. But right here in this video, he's sitting down and he's addressing his take on these allegations about Diddy, the baby oil stuff, possibly poisoning and drugging Ciroc and liquor. And some of what he was saying in his response is a little funny for y'all, some of y'all that haven't seen it. But I'm gonna let y'all check this out with me real quick. Hold on.
I was on Drink Champs. And then again, I have to think this. So Nori, don't think I'm beefing with you, but I just have to reflect. And I was on Drink Champs, and Nori was so adamant about me drinking Ciroc.
No, I can't do that no more.
That was yours, man.
It's over because
No.
Not the interview. Come on, Dame.
How about this? We'll finish it with a shot of Ciroc.
Can you show Elliot Wilson for me? Well, let's take a shot of vodka.
If we're done.
Let's take a shot of vodka, Dame.
Are we done though?
But vodka for us.
Well, I mean, I know it's needed, but
I'll do another one.
You gotta do a shot of vodka. Come on,
At
please.
the end, we're not done.
I fucked with you the whole night. You haven't won.
I said when we finish, we're not done.
Yo, Tito, help me. Come on.
He's clean.
I'm with you. I'm in with you. Can you pour me a shot too, Dame?
Blue dot Ciroc.
Because you gotta be sophisticated.
All right, you're gonna have ice cubes. I don't know how you're gonna have to do a shot with ice cubes.
Yes, you gotta do a fucking shot with ice cubes.
Big shout out to
This
Puff.
is good
man.
shit. Oh no, that's good. That's good. I'm sorry. All right, and you gonna take a shot? You gonna take a shot, Ciroc?
Go ahead, pour it.
Oh, you want me to pour you? He's a gangster. When a nigga tell you he want him to pour you a shot, that's some gangster.
I just poured yours, right?
All right, but we even. Look. You gonna take mine? Oh, look at that. I'm in. Let's do it. Eye to eye. I told you.
What do you mean? Why do you think it's not?
keep doing this show. It's not proper. I don't know. I went to Runyon Canyon today, and I was like, why did I do this? Like, what did I accomplish?
Can I take the ice cubes out? I never took a shot with ice cubes.
But you're in my world now. That's not gangster. You got to do the whole thing.
Because what's crazy to me is if his hustle is putting stuff in people's drink, he made a liquor. I mean, that's the illest shit in the world.
Yo,
that
Dave.
Everybody was partying and you don't know what was.
I can't believe he just said that. He said, if your thing was putting shit in people's drink, you ill as fuck for coming out with a liquor. Yo, Dame is a nut for drawing that conclusion right there. I ain't gonna lie. It's like, yo, imagine the power of that. Like, imagine like I don't know. You're like you're out. You don't believe in abortion, right? And then you start a condom company and you taint all the spermicide. Like, like I don't. That's just crazy. Like, Diddy is a powerful guy. He's a billionaire, but I used the Chris Rock joke many times to draw the people so people could understand that it's always levels, right? Remember this joke? I said it before, I'll say it again. I'll walk around with it. Chris Rock says, Shaq is rich. Shaq ain't wealthy. The man that cuts his check is wealthy. That's the guy that gives him a check and says, here, Shaq. Here, Blackie, go buy you a car with some bouncing rims, right? Now, fast forward, Shaq is wealthy now. We know Shaq is wealthy, right? But it's the point. It's the point. Like when Kanye does that interview talking about how all the Avengers came together to get Kanye out of here, and he said that name Lucian, right? He said Drake has a rich baby daddy or a rich father, Lucian. I'm gonna be honest. I never even heard the name before. Now, I'm a hip hop baby, but I'm not an industry person. Okay. I think there's a difference. So, like the average hip hop fan, there's all these faceless people that you never hear about. I'll watch the NBA just started up. I'll watch the games and the highlights and ESPN all year long. But there's a lot of teams. I can't put a face to the owner of the teams. I can't put a face to all these record label owners and a name to all these record label owners. I don't follow them. I never really did. I'm going to start picking up on more of them because we're getting into the weeds of some of this stuff lately on the podcast, right? But there's not allegations. There's narratives and there's storylines that this is all why Diddy got in trouble in the first place. The actual owners of Ciroc as a liquor brand, he went at them with a lawsuit, basically on some like racist angle type of shit. Like, they were restricting his capabilities because he was black or whatever. I saw reports that he won a lawsuit. I haven't fact checked that legally. But it's a big situation, a big accusation. If he won the suit, I heard some big numbers behind it. And then they sent, people out in the world to start investigating Diddy and getting some information on him and whatnot, because you can break a contract, the type of contract and the type of deal that Diddy had with this company that owns Ciroc, if you can no longer be a brand ambassador. So like, for example, Diddy was out here doing James Bond commercials for some of these Ciroc releases and whatnot, right? And if you get brought up on R-word charges or something like that, or the type of stuff that he's sitting behind bars for right now, then you can no longer be a brand ambassador, and that gives this liquor ownership company or this liquor company the ability to break your contract, right? So like I even have that in RBE, right? Like I'll have clauses that say, if you're not meeting this and you're not doing that and you're not fulfilling this piece, I do have the ability to void out this contract and even cancel the matchup or the performance before the battle. It's just protective clauses that you put in your contract just to make sure that people uphold their side, stay out of trouble, keep their faces and their names clean. So we see that story going around. I don't want to get too much into a conspiracy lane of that. I can see the logic in it and the possibilities in it. But we don't know. We don't know. It could just be simply be that Cassie did the civil lawsuit, and the next thing you know, the feds came. Like, who knows? Right? We'll hear more about this later on, possibly. But say all that to say, there are some very powerful, wealthy, faceless, and nameless people to us. Okay. Diddy don't got no access into drugging all these bottles of liquor that are being shipped around the world to all these different states and locations and clubs and whatnot. And like that's just not happening. And I've had a lot of Ciroc in my time. Okay. I've never felt drugged from any of it. I think it's dang wild out just now. I ain't gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? But I will start to close out in this respect. I would like to see Dame remain logical. I would like to see him maintain his integrity throughout all of this because, similar to Jaguar Wright, Dame is going to be sought after at a increased rate if anything continues to happen with Jay-Z, or if he gets indicted, or if any big allegations come out about him, or a lawsuit or a civil suit. Dame is going to be sought after. That's just how it goes. If you've been the whistleblower talking about 50 Cent or Diddy or Jay-Z or Beyonce for years, and then they end up getting indicted behind something, Jaguar Wright, people's gonna turn to her and say, I want you on my platform. I want to interview you. I want to talk to you. Oh, you've been right. That's how it goes. Same with Dame right now. Dame, if you go back over like the last 2 years, he's probably at his lowest point of notoriety over his career. Like, people weren't talking about him too much. I know he's been going through stuff, and then the thing coming up about the Reasonable Doubt album and him trying to auction off his portion of ownership, and that them legal battles going back and forth because he ended up losing a lawsuit that cost like 800 grand and all this type of stuff going on. So Dame has been going through a bunch of things, man. But it looks like he's trying to bounce back with this new network, and he's always been a hustler. But just from a fan engagement and a fan viewership standpoint, people are gonna, once again, they're gonna want to hear from him more these days. Like, hey, Dame, what do you think about Jay-Z? What do you think about the Diddy accusations? Did Jay-Z ever do this? Whatever happened with Jay-Z and Aaliyah? Did you guys really ever have any beef about Aaliyah? Was he trying to get with Aaliyah? Do you know anything about the all white parties? Did you ever see Diddy do? These people they get sought after, and I just want to say I would like to see Dame maintain integrity, even though it's very clear over the years that he feels a way towards Jay-Z, and maybe he should. We don't all know the details of their split, the rights, the wrongs on both sides. I don't think Jay-Z is an angel. That man said, I had to jump off the ship so I could walk on water. You may have left your brother behind. I don't know. It's possible. I don't put that past Jay-Z. I just don't know. Or maybe Jay carried Dame as long as he could, and Jay-Z wanted to continue to elevate, and Dame was this guy that just wasn't the type of personality, a person that could elevate to these higher levels. Maybe he was too brash. Maybe he was burning too many bridges. Maybe he didn't know how to maneuver in a room full of vultures, right? You don't know. You don't know. I think both sides are on the table. But the more and more we see Dame here on his network and getting sought after for interviews, Dame, just keep your integrity. When Jay-Z comes up, I would hate to see you, as the person that gave us Rockefeller along with the rest of the crew, be up there saying like, yeah, I don't know, maybe Jay-Z is guilty of this because I think Diddy's bottles of Ciroc was probably poisoned, and I used to see Jay-Z drinking them bottles of Ciroc too. Like we don't want to hear anything foolish start coming out of this. Maintain your integrity, you know what I'm saying? But we're still here to hear you out and see what you're gonna speak about the past and some of these people that are now in the fire. It just is what it is. All right. Where am I gonna go next? Do I want to go to Joe Budden, Kendrick, or do I want to go to Foolio? Once again, we're not spending 45 minutes on these topics. We can't. We're just catching up by jamming all this shit together in one so we don't fall behind. Let's go to Joe Budden. I saw those. This is not drama to me now. Okay, let's come out of the drama for a second and let's just get into the hip hop for a second. Let's get into some clean hip hop. I saw this going around. Joe Budden stated that his mixtape discography is better or bested Lil Wayne, right? So I'll pull up a clip of Joe speaking on this a little bit. I'm not going to play the whole interview, so pardon if we miss some of the context, but I'm seeing it going around, and I do want to give y'all my opinion and my feedback on that. So let me get this up here. Let's play this little clip, and then we'll go from there. All right, what do we got?
Bong, bong, bong. It's me, it's 50, it's Fab, it's Kiss, it's Wayne.
Kiss too.
A little bit.
I said me 90 times.
Fab is up.
But that could be your ego.
I'm trying.
Oh, well, then that's how I'm answering.
All right, without your ego.
With my ego. I mean, excluding that, I mean, let's see. I'd probably go with bong, bada, bong, bada, bong, 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 bong. It's me, it's 50, it's Fab, it's Kiss, it's Wayne.
That's a great lineup.
Pop said in this run.
No, he did. I just wasn't being biased.
Stop.
I'm not mad at that list.
That's actually
I'm not
might
mad-
that
I'm not
might
mad at
be
that.
the list.
That's a good
I'm
one.
not mad at that.
Nah, like I said, it might be biased.
He's
I'm
gonna
throwing
throw-
Jeezy. I'm
he's
throwing
gonna
Jeezy.
throw
Jeezy could be in there.
I'm
Jeezy is
absolutely
6
throwing
for
Jeezy
me.
on there.
Jeezy should be in there.
Jeezy is 6 for me. He's in there, but that's the squad. If we talk mixtapes, I
That's
don't
the
really
five.
acknowledge nobody else's mixtape run.
Damn.
It's just them people. I know Gucci had one. That's not my bag.
It's just too many, and they all wasn't. When we talking discography, like, Gucci might have 50 mixtapes.
He do.
No exaggeration.
Okay, hold on. So before I give y'all my feedback on Joe's position of him being ahead of Lil Wayne discography wise, right? I want to just off the top of my head see if I could throw some more people into the mix. So we're talking about from that clip, Joe Budden, Lil Wayne. They mentioned Gucci. They mentioned Fab. They mentioned Jadakiss. I think I said 50 Cent already, right? And I guess if you're going to say 50 Cent, you're also going to say G-Unit. This is for my mixtape heads, all right? This is for my mixtape era heads. It was a golden era to me. It was a beautiful era in hip-hop to live through. I'm so glad that I was there to participate, get my hands on all the DJ Clues and the DJ Envies and the K Slays and the DJ Absolutes and the, man, it just keeps going and going and going and going and going, man. And who else can we throw into that mix? One that I'll throw out there, I don't think a lot of people know of him. He's very, very underground. It's T-Rock. T space R-O-C-K. He's from Atlanta. He's got more albums, EPs, and mixtapes than any rapper I know, including Lil Wayne. Okay? The amount of work that man has put in is just incredible. He's a ridiculous rapper. I think some of his peak was when he was either signed or running alongside 3 6 Mafia, right? He had a bunch of songs with them. He might have landed on the Choices album too. I'm talking to my hip hop heads, all right? Choices. He might have been on that with them. He had a fallout with them. He had a DEFCON 1 album where he dissed Juicy J, and dissed DJ Paul for his, his arm and all that type of stuff. But T-Rock is an incredible rapper, incredible. And the amount of material that he's put out, I just don't understand how people do it other than they're aliens and they were just born to do it. So I gotta throw T-Rock in there. They mentioned Jeezy. Jeezy needs to be in there. Lloyd Banks, he put out a lot of material, but we're just gonna put him in the G-Unit bucket. The Game has a pretty strong mixtape collection too. This shit makes me want to walk off camera real quick and go look through some of my damn CDs. Who else we throwing out there? Rick Ross, not as big as some of the guys that we mentioned, but Rick Ross, he got a lot of stuff. DJ Drama, yeah, but that's kind of like a mix of all these different artists. Oh, this was a good one. Well, when you say Free Biggie, aka Max Bina, I'm interpreting that as Biggie, aka Max Bigavell, Max B. Okay, Max B absolutely has a nice grouping of mixtapes, stack bundles. Oh shit, the Diplomats. There you go. The Dip's got a lot of material out there. But when we talk about Joe Budden and Lil Wayne, so the thing about Lil Wayne, a lot of people are going to give the trophy to him because he covered two bases. The bases that he covered was both quality and quantity. All that drought and mixtape after mixtape, I probably have in Slim Jewel cases like this many. Can you see the range? Like CDs a little way, maybe more. I don't know. Slim cases, like I don't know. The man just put out so much work. There was just a point in time where Lil Wayne, you know, you could just see it in his work ethic. He lived in that studio and he pumped out song after song after song after song after song. Then there was times where he was having record label issues with Birdman. He couldn't put out no album. So what was we still getting? Song after song after song after song, mixtape after mixtape after mixtape. You know, in his DJ Drama series, it will always be one of the top series from an artist of all time. And he gave us quality, and he was one of the leaders of the hip hop world as well as the mixtape world for a substantial amount of time. So he did it at the top, he did it with quality, he did it with quantity. So discography wise, Lil Wayne does best Joe Budden. But here is my but. If I just want to take like a top 3 or like a top 4 or top 5 mixtapes from both Lil Wayne and from Joe Budden, I take Joe Budden. Why? Because the amount of stock that I put in Mood Music Part 1, which is like the worst of Joe Budden. Like I didn't just make, that's like what I think Mood Music Part 1 is called. It's titled The Worst of Joe Budden. It's a funny play. Mood Music 2, which had one of my favorite hip hop songs of all time, Dumb Out. Like for the people that just know Joe Budden for Pump It Up and shit like that and Focus, those commercial songs that was just like, so either you hate them or you love them, right? Those people, I would always get in the car and say, this is the real Joe right here, and put on Mood Music 2. And put on songs like Dumb Out. And the moment that people were done hearing Dumb Out, I was always creating people to understand. I was creating believers and making people understand where I was coming from. I would say Joe Budden is one of my favorite rappers. And they would look at me like I'm crazy. Like, who? Mr. Focus? Mr. Pump It Up? And I would say, hold on. Put on Dumb Out. And everything would just be clear at that point. Okay? Mood Music 3. Mood Music 4. Those 4 CDs. If I'm stranded on an island and you say, ARP, take 20 CDs with you, at least 3 of those are coming with me. Mood Music 2, 3, and 4 are coming with me. You give me 20 CDs to like albums like, you know, It Was Written from Nas is coming with me. Albums like Blueprint from Jay is coming with me. Now, I can keep going. I just want to make the point. But those 3 Joe Budden CDs are coming in that 20 with me. No bullshit. That's how I look at those pieces of art. And in my opinion, even the drought CDs, Lil Wayne can't top CD for CD those 3 CDs. Lil Wayne wins on the collective and the total discography. Joe Budden wins if I have to just say, show me your best CD, Wayne. Okay, let me pick one of these mood musics, and Joe wins it. That's how I feel. That's how I feel. I don't know if y'all agree, disagree, right? But go put them joints on if you don't understand what I'm talking about. Go refresh your memories, y'all. Okay. What's next? Kendrick. Let's get into Kendrick. Y'all see Kendrick in the thumbnail, right? Let's get into Kendrick. Let me bring this up on the screen. What's going on with the Boogeyman? And I'm gonna mix in a little bit of battle rap talk as well, I guess, just to make the point. But I see these headlines, right? Y'all see this up on the screen, right? Okay, what do we got? Kendrick Lamar snubs Coachella. Snubs Coachella in the same sentence. You're not gonna hear a lot of rappers say that. But anyway, Kendrick Lamar snubs Coachella for Super Bowl and stadium tour. There goes the Boogeyman, right? What is this? Pearls? Well, that's new. I haven't seen men wear pearls like that before, but shout out to you. Okay. Kendrick Lamar is reportedly planning a major tour next year, but Coachella won't be part of it. According to Bloomberg, the festival had aimed to book both Kendrick and Rihanna headliners for its 2025 edition, following struggles to sell out tickets in recent years. So, I don't want to have to get into this Super Bowl halftime show topic. We already went there, right? But Coachella is saying that they failed or they struggled to sell out tickets prior, and now they're going to the two heavyweights where they say, oh, this is a home run. Kendrick and Rihanna. We just continue to make the points about why Kendrick was chosen for the halftime show. But anyway, let's leave that alone. All right. We already kicked that dead horse around. Okay. However, Kendrick declined the offer, choosing instead to focus on his performance at the Super Bowl halftime show in February, followed by a stadium tour. Rihanna also passed on Coachella's offer as she reportedly didn't need the money or the exposure due to her billion-dollar Fenty brand. Her decision may have also been influenced by her role as a mother of two and the ongoing work of her long-awaited 9th album. Yo, how incredible is it when you can turn down Coachella talking about, I don't need that money and I don't need that exposure? Coachella is huge. You got rappers that turn down the Grammys, don't want to submit their songs to the Grammys. Drake is saying that, right? I don't even want to submit my songs to the Grammys. You got people that boycott the Grammys. I think Jay-Z might have did it before. Eminem does it, right? When 50 Cent didn't win, Eminem was like, no, I'm good on y'all, right? Like, what level do you have to be at to turn some of these situations down? And before I get into my exclusivity talk, like, look at that for Rihanna. Due to her billion-dollar Fenty brand. Man, that's beautiful. That is just beautiful to see, man. And that happens very frequently. Some of these people, some of these artists, the hip-hop music is the gateway. It's the door opener. Selling albums, like, when's the last time 50 Cent tried to sell you an album? He's about to cross being a billionaire. He wouldn't have done that if he kept trying to sell you music, right? Let me get over here into TV. Let me get over here into studios and look at Jay-Z, Liquor, Rock Nation, NBA teams, working with the NFL and all these big ventures. Rick Ross. There's a reason why we see him holding that damn bottle of liquor every time he's on camera, right? Diddy. He's made a big piece of his fortune from the Ciroc situation. Okay, like this is where the money is for a lot of these people. And when they get on and get in these lanes and they catch on, that's where they're gone. Like they don't mention Rihanna's music sales. They mention Fenty. That's incredible, man. That's fucking incredible. Now, as far as Kendrick, though, this is not shocking to me at all because the exclusive nature of Mr. Boogeyman, Kendrick Lamar. Let's look at battle rap, right? How battle rappers do that. Same thing. You have a battle rapper that can be a GOAT, that can be very, very good at what he does. One of the best ever. I'll use like a Tay-Rock. I saw a picture on Twitter today. It showed all the flyers that he's done on the battles that he's done so far in 25. It's like when you look at it in one picture, it's like, Jesus, this guy's working his ass off. Got like 50 battles already this year. You know what I'm saying? But when you battle that frequently across all these different platforms and leagues, from big leagues to small leagues, some of these small leagues also have way smaller budgets. Okay. Now, I don't know Tay-Rock's money. I don't know his prices. I'm just going to say numbers just to make the point, y'all. Okay. But when you see like a Tay-Rock who is that big in battle rap, who is that good at battle rap, who is one of the GOATs, battling that frequently, you have to know that he's not picking up 10, 15, 20, $30,000 every time out. He's not, right? So there's the battlers that are that good and that high demand to stay super booked, but they alleviate it a little bit with their prices being lower, right? So it's like, if I'm going to make my $100,000 this year, I'll do it by doing 10 battles at $10,000 each versus somebody else that's very exclusive. Like, let's say like a Loaded Lux. If Loaded Lux decides to come out once every 2 years, that within itself comes with a elevated price. Okay, that exclusivity changes your price range. Even if your last showing wasn't that good, the return energy and the return element, it all boosts fans. It all creates more anticipation. It creates more of a frenzy. It creates more questions. What's going to happen? All that type of stuff. So when Loaded Lux comes outside once every 3 years or whatever the case may be, if he's trying to market himself with a price tag of $100,000, it makes sense. The Loaded Luxes of the world, even if battle rap was, well, battle rap would have to be at a way different level to get booked even 5 times a year, making $100,000 each trip out. That market for battle rap isn't there. Okay, so which approach do you want? You got the battle rappers, some of them that are very, very good, very, very consistent. They're always going to give you a great show. A Tay Rock, a Ward, you know, you're gonna see them very, very frequent, and their prices are lower. Okay, they don't have that exclusivity nature. You could see them on leagues that you never even heard of before. But I fuck with them as long as they're having good performances. Give the fans a good show, give the league good business, give the leagues what they're looking for and with the money that they spent with you too. Everybody should walk away happy, hopefully, right? And if you're budgeted the right way, you should make a profit too as the company that booked these guys. Versus, once again, a Lux, a Mook, a Cassidy, a Hitman. These guys that battle maybe once a year. When they come out, they want the big bag, and it's justifiable, and they have those draws anyway. Okay, this makes sense to me for Kendrick. It makes a lot of sense. So money wise, just like we spoke about, for, you know, with Rihanna, he's already there. I can turn down a phone call with somebody offer me $1 million, $2, $3 million. Do I want to? I would hope not. Like, I want that money, but they literally could turn that type of money down. When you own a Fenty, when you own a Ciroc or a percentage of Ciroc sales, when you own a Bel Air, if I call Rick Ross or I DM Rick Ross right now and say, yo, man, I want you to do a walkthrough for $10,000. I don't need that 10. You can walk away from it. You can walk away from it. You know what I'm saying? It's a different ball game that these people are playing in. So as much as we look at Coachella and say, damn, that's a huge platform. How do you turn that down? It makes sense. Money-wise, he doesn't need it. And money-wise, he's also going to make it up with his own tour. So you got the biggest battle of all time of hip hop history, numbers wise and impact wise. Kendrick Lamar versus Drake. He comes out as the supreme victor. All his numbers are through the roof right now. He drops a video, he drops a song that becomes, you know, the biggest hip hop song of the year. He gets picked up to do the Super Bowl halftime show, right? And then after that, if you drop your album and then go on your own tour, whatever Coachella is offering, it doesn't matter. And this is the chessboard that whether you're a battle rapper, whether you're a actor, whether you're a musician, this is the chessboard that you must play. When you are hot and when you got options, you navigate properly. You extend your bag, you increase your bag, you increase your demand. You do these type of things that create generational type of money. Okay, not every bag is gonna put you in the right spot. Okay, and if I'm also trying to deliver this epic performance at the halftime show, keeping myself exclusive to where like, yo, this is really the next time that they're gonna see me performance wise. And then after that, my own tour. His own tour is going to sell out. You know, some of the tickets go on sale too. I'm coming off of the halftime show and I murdered that. We saw him at the pop out. Everybody gives Kendrick, even before the pop out, everybody gives Kendrick credit for being an amazing performer. He is. He's great on stage. He could carry a 45-hour minute, 100 and not 100, an hour and a half long set on his own. He just showed that with the pop out. He showed stuff like that in the past. The amount of effects and performance and energy he puts into his shows. This is just navigation at its finest. And I hate to make it about Drake, but it's just wild that every chessboard move that he plays that turns into a win, it just it has an effect on Drake. You just see that. It just makes Drake stuff look smaller because Drake is outside more frequent, doing more songs, more appearances. This guy pops out and it just feels like boom. You know, the exclusivity nature of Kendrick, his chessboard and his navigation is just, it's incredible to watch. There's a lot to take from it. There's a lot to learn from it. And we're going to continue to follow it, man. We're going to continue to follow it. So people don't hear Coachella got turned down and ask why. Him and his team are moving like masters on a chessboard right now. Like some serious great decision making that they're doing. But all right. Where we at? Are y'all talking about the Joe Budden topic still in the chat? Okay, I see y'all. Mood music is definitely up there. You better act like y'all know. No Ceilings is tough. From Wayne. No Ceilings is definitely tough. All right, y'all still catching up on that topic. I ain't mad at y'all. All right, cool. Let me get to this this Foolio topic. I got a question to ask y'all about this. I got a question to ask y'all. Now, see this article up here? All right. Florida prosecutors officially seeking the death penalty for all suspects in Foolio's murder, except female Alicia Andrews. So, Alicia Andrews is the one that they're saying was part of the following, was at the club that night, and all that type of stuff. It was all part of, putting it together and giving the drop on Foolio, allegedly. I think it's very easy to assume that she cooperated. If she, cooperation, somebody could walk into that room with you, they're all apprehended at this point, all 5 of them. Somebody could walk into that room. You're there by your lonely. You're there on your own. You're there. It's your life. You only live once. What you gonna do? We got this. We got you on video. We got your text message. We got your phones. We got this. We got that. With all this stuff, I lay out here on the table for you. And guess what? What's her name? Alicia? Let me get her name right. And guess what, Alicia? Because this was premeditated, and where you did this, you're going to be facing the death penalty. The prosecution is facing the death penalty. What you want to do? You want to possibly get convicted with all this evidence in front of you and then get a possible judgment of death penalty and then go sit on death row until it's time? What do you want to do? I could at least guarantee you that we'll get you off of the death penalty if you cooperate, and you can live out the rest of your natural life behind bars, or you can possibly be, put to rest 2-3 years from now. What you want to do? I think there's a lot of people in that situation that's going to say, what do you want to know? Right? What do you want to know? And they're going to cooperate. As for the other ones that's still there on the death penalty, or still going to be prosecuted for the death penalty, I'm going to assume it's possibly because they're still pleading innocent and they're going to just try to fight to an innocent verdict in court. Good luck on that. To me, it's just like the shooters of Young Dolph. They weren't even, you couldn't even make their faces in the video, but there was enough evidence and enough tracking and enough tracing and enough cell phone and this and that, and they put it together, and there you go. You're caught. You're out here. One of them already got life, right? And the other one's coming up in trial this month, right? So in a couple of days, they're gonna start trial, I believe, the second shooter. So it is what it is. Now, here's my question to y'all. I don't want to get political and just ask y'all, do you believe in the death penalty? But in scenarios like this, and I want to be careful with my words, I want to ask you a hypothetical, y'all. And I'm going to come to the chat. If Foolio was involved in murders, directly or indirectly, meaning that he himself pulled triggers or whatever, or if he was inciting murders, calling shots, sending hitmen, whatever, if he was involved in other people losing their life, as far as the people that were involved in taking his, if they were found guilty, do you still believe that they should receive the death penalty, or do you feel like they should just face life in jail? Now, obviously, the distinction that I'm creating there is if you have an innocent person, a regular civilian, a hardworking man or woman that goes through the same thing that Foolio went through, out there in front of a motel one night and gets gunned down for some stupid, ignorant shit, right? Those people, if they face the death penalty, I'm not gonna cry over them. I'm not gonna lose sleep. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all hear me talk about how precious life is. You only live once. It's fucked up that if you took an innocent person or a civilian's life like that, took their life from them, right? So I wouldn't lose any sleep. I'm keeping it 1,000. But if you happen to do that to somebody that also was involved in playing God and taking people's lives, should those other people just get life in jail, like just regular justice, to prove a point that no, we out here enforcing the law? Don't be thinking that you're going to get out here and just have these brazen shootouts out and take lives and try to take laws into your own hands and whatnot. And no, now go sit down for life. Or do you feel that they should be put to sleep? I'm checking it out now, y'all. Shout out to my members. Jess says they should do life in jail. Terry says just face life in jail. Terry also says Foolio is no angel. Okay. I see other members in the chat still talking about the mixtape days. I'll get back to that. I see R Rosen 85 says life in prison. Keep them coming, chat. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. Hold on. I'm scrolling down. Scrolling back down. Hold on. I think the consensus so far is in that hypothetical that I just laid out. Left hand man, what's the question again? Why not? Fuck it. We live. Let me paint the picture one more time. It's a hypothetical. I'm saying if what these alleged shooters did, they did to a regular civilian, an innocent civilian, right? The videos that we saw, them tearing up that car in front of the hotel. They did that to a civilian. I personally would not lose sleep if you faced the death penalty over doing something like that to somebody else, taking somebody else's life. Okay. But I'm saying if Foolio himself directly or indirectly was also involved in taking people's lives, do you feel like his shooter should face death or just face life in jail? That's the question that I'm asking y'all. Life. 25 to life. I'm a big fan. Do you believe in my case? I lost my brother last year in August. Young man killed my brother and he's out on bond. And I felt like the justice system failed me. Oh man, Demetrius, you're gonna put this up here. Okay. I gotta switch to this for a second. First and foremost, rest in peace and condolences, Demetrius Harrell, for you losing your brother. I don't want to answer this question directly. I don't want to provoke anything. The best advice that I'd give you right now is to try not to get out there and have to exhibit any form of revenge where you could lose your life or lose your freedom. It may not be easy for somebody on the outside to just tell that to somebody else that lost their brother. I get up here all the time and say, people see red. They get in these red tunnels and it's just like, oh no, I like emotionally it puts you in a different spot. But I think the best thing to do in a situation like that is try to stay positive. And if you can stay away or never cross paths with the alleged person that was involved in that situation, that might be the best outcome for you, right? To not have to cross paths with that person. because the outcome may not be preferable to you continuing on for your brother. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to see one lose his life and the other one go do something else. You know what I'm saying? So I'm sorry to hear that, Demetrius, but try to take care of yourself, man, and try to make decisions that keep you in a direction that you can allow your brother to live through you, if that makes the most sense. Okay. Answer no, answer life in jail, answer life. What do we got here? They still get to breathe while the deceased doesn't. Death penalty, how they executed this man in public is crazy. I'm be real with y'all. I only got one post in here of all the ones that I read that said death penalty. It looks like everybody's saying if Foolio is not the angel that people believe that he ain't, right? Then let's not do all the death games on both sides, legally and in the street. These people deserve repercussions. Give them life. I just wanted to paint that hypothetical and ask the question. That's what I really wanted to do. Now, if you just want to just go legally and just take Foolio out of the equation and the things that he may or may not have done in the past, because I don't want to come off like I'm trying to take it easy on the people that took his life, because I know Foolio has loved ones and has family. I don't want to come off like that. I just wanted to ask the hypothetical because I know even death penalty within itself, people stand on different sides of the gate. Okay. But yeah, we read it right here. And I want to be a little sensitive with this and be careful. So I'm not going to go too much further, but I want to ask the question still to the chat. The Florida prosecutors officially seeking the death penalty for all suspects in Foolio's murder except the female Alicia Andrews. It is what it is. Okay. All right. We got all those topics done in an hour. Y'all know me. I could take one of those topics and do an hour. I'm going to try to come back in the morning once again. Yesterday we did 2 a day. Now make sure y'all go check out the Big K interview that I did last night. And check out yesterday morning's live. Run them numbers up for your boy. You know what I'm saying? We try to run these numbers up. Subscribe to the channel. Turn your notifications on. Shout out to the members. I've been so busy trying to keep up with these topics that I haven't had a chance to record a members exclusive piece of content. But I promise I got y'all. Okay. It's just y'all got me up here committed to the work of staying up to speed with these topics and these Sorry It's True streams for y'all. So I hope that y'all, see the work ethic that I'm putting in. But yeah. All right, we just nailed all those topics in an hour. And it's 8:30 p.m. Eastern time where I'm at. So it's still late for me. I'm gonna go get me some sleep. I'm gonna try to join y'all right back here in the morning. I appreciate y'all as always, man. Sorry It's True.